Season 4 was a step in the right direction, but Season 5 is far from perfect. This is going to be an endgame systems feedback video, and I'm going to talk about greater affixes, tempering, masterworking, balance changes, and future PTR implementations. Let's begin. Hey, what's up everyone? SKULM here, and in today's video, this is going to be an endgame feedback video. We're going to talk about the systems in general. As you all know, Diablo 4 is a systems ARPG game. That's how they identify it. And I want to talk about these systems because I have been receiving a lot of requests from people to cover this issue. Now, throughout this video, I am going to make some jokes. Overall, this is going to be a somewhat negative video, but this doesn't mean that we should drop our manners. I am going to be constructive and kind. While I identify the problems, I will also try to provide my own solutions. But please, please, please keep in mind that these are my personal opinions. Feel free to disagree. Let's create a kind, friendly atmosphere here. No need to be hostile about it. And please do not get offended by my jokes. These are for entertainment purposes only. Alright, so as you know, Casino 4 Season 4 was a step in the right direction. I'm sorry, Diablo 4. However, these last epoch systems, original systems that were taken obviously backfired. And I have created a poll. I asked people about what they think in regards to masterworking. By the way, we're going to cover that in the masterworking section, and the results were exactly as I expected. So I am going to start this video off by the way, I have a paper, literally I took notes, I don't want to miss anything. I am going to talk about, first of all, greater affixes. Now, this is an ARPG game, I know, and RNG is a part of it. That's perfectly fine, and dropping an item with greater affix should feel rewarding. It should make you feel excited. Right now, when you get a GA item, a greater affix item, you're actually nervous because you don't want to brick it through tempering. Now, speaking of the frequency of finding greater affix items, I think the current ratio is acceptable. And Infernal Hordes on the PTR, Season 5 PTR, is supposed to drop a guaranteed GA. There is a chest that drops a guaranteed GA item. However, that's one greater affix, and I don't know the extent of the reward because, let's be honest, in the PTR it was abysmal. It was abysmal, okay, in the PTR. So I don't know if they will fix it in actual Season 5 live. Will Infernal Hordes be a good source of farming GA? I don't know, I can't say it. From the looks of it in the PTR, it's actually horrible right now. However, if they do not fix this Infernal Horde reward ratio, then overall we're gonna see a nerf to greater affix because we will not have the profane mind cage, you know, the brain for the Helltides anymore, because that's gonna go away with Season 4. That was a Season 4 mechanic, potion or consumable, whatever you call it, which will drop the level of Blood Maiden and the difficulty adjustment. So that's actually kind of bad for the Helltides, but at the same time I'm hoping that they improve the Infernal Hordes. Overall, I am not going to complain about the greater affix drop ratio. I think this is, I mean, the ratio might be increased a little bit, I'm not sure, but at the same time, what I want to say is this is an ARPG. We are supposed to hunt for the loot, and dropping greater affix items, you know, if they drop, that's perfect. My main problem is with tempering and masterworking, so I'm gonna actually start talking about the tempering now. Now, a lot of content creators have talked about this. A lot of them have said that bricking feels bad, and I agree, bricking feels really bad, and I definitely agree that something needs to be done about it. Now, in the developer live stream, they said they want less RNG in this game. However, they said that bricking an item should still be a possibility. I sincerely disagree with Casino 4 because this is a system that has been implemented, or let's say inspired by Last Epoch. I mean, they directly copied it, let's be honest. And just because Last Epoch is a game and it has the system doesn't mean that this system is good. It's actually a very bad system, if you ask me. However, it can be made tolerable, or it can be made pleasant if we actually modify it. So, bricking is bad. The greater affix items, once you find them, you're supposed to be excited. But instead, you are nervous because now you have to go through the tempering process and you only have 5 rerolls. Yes, they said the amount of greater affixes will provide 1 extra temper reroll. So if you have like a triple GA, that's like +3 reroll. But I don't think that's enough. People are still gonna be uncomfortable with this, and I think something else needs to be done about it. I honestly think for tempering, we need to have a weekly cooldown on rerolls so they refresh themselves, or we need to spend materials, let's say scattered prisms or something valuable, to actually get back our temper rerolls. I am proposing this because actually breaking an item, if it's a GA item on top, is a very unpleasant experience. Plus, it prevents people from testing out other builds or variants or other temper effects, okay? That piece of gear could be used for another build or another class. You could maybe want to change it in the future, or you just want to go for the max roll. It's just too much RNG if you ask me. And it's an ARPG game. I understand, but understand that just because something is an ARPG game doesn't mean it has to be a gamble game, okay? It doesn't have to be a casino. It's mainly the ARPGs are dropping items and dropping powerful items and then making use of them. People are supposed to be excited about dropping a GA item. Once they drop the GA item, the rest of the journey should be a pleasant one if you invest time in the game. Tempering doesn't let you do that. Tempering is, hey, you have 5 charges, 8 charges, whatever. How many charges? You have this amount. Well, if you roll it, that's all good, chief. If you don't, well, better luck next time. See you in the next season. That's not good. That's not good for player retention either, by the way. Since the Goblin King wants Blizzard to retain players, tempering is actually causing players to leave. So again, stop copying everything exactly from Last Epoch and actually, you know, invent something, be more creative, you know, make it more tolerable, make it more positive. Again, manners come first. So hopefully I was not too offensive or aggressive while talking about this. So tempering, that's I think everything. Yeah. Masterworking, now another big problem. Now they talked about tempering and masterworking being a journey, being a meaningful journey for the item. I sincerely disagree. It's not a journey. It's literally 9 AM to 5 PM work simulator. It's office job. You have to go to the pit. You have to farm the mats. You have to farm the gold. Then you can gamble because your work is finished. Now you can use all your money in gambling. If you're lucky, well, you get triple crit. If not, well, work more, make more money, and gamble more. Maybe you'll get lucky, maybe you won't. But let's talk about the super detrimental part of masterworking. You have the greater affix, item drop RNG, then temper RNG, then masterworking RNG, okay? That's RNG on top of RNG on top of RNG. That's too much RNG. It's extremely detrimental for casual or semi-casual people. I mean, player like myself, I will just hunt the gear, I will just get it. And by the way, I have triple critted in masterworking on my items so that no one can say, hey, you're releasing this video, you're crying because you didn't get it. I did get it, and I will get it, and I can get it. I don't care. I do care about the overall longevity of this game and the health of this game and its appeal to a wider audience and players. And I don't want my friends and other players to have a bad experience playing this game. Okay, that's why I'm making this video. Not for myself, but I am trying to make this a better game. All right? So, I think the current Masterworking system is very bad. It's disgusting for 3 main reasons. Reason number 1, it prevents build and class diversity. Okay? I will explain this. Reason number 2, RNG is too much for a 2-3 month season. The time of a season does not allow you to actually maximize or utilize this complete RNG nonsense. It's just not enough time for most people. Number 3 is it's super exhaustive for overall player base because they have to go into the pit, farm the mats, and then just spend it all in an RNG festival. It's super similar to gambling, and I'm actually disgusted by where this game is going. Like, the direction needs to change. You need to make it more meaningful. You keep saying that this is supposed to be a meaningful journey. It's not. To make it a meaningful journey, you have to have some type of system where the player, when they go to bed, they think, oh my god, tomorrow I'm gonna farm this, this, and this, and then I will finally get that upgrade tier. Or tomorrow I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and then I will just increase my power level. So this has to be a meaningful journey. It's a journey. You're planning ahead. You're trying to invest time. You're calculating what you're supposed to do. Rather than, oh, well, I have to farm pit for 10 hours or whatever. And then after that, let's see where the luck gets me. If I can get triple Affix on the gear, yes, then I can move on to the next tier. If not, well, just go back to the pits again. Like that, that's not good. That's really not good. And the votes, I'm going to show the results. The overall majority of the players, of course, want a choice when they're masterworking. They don't want this to be RNG. They want a choice. Now, this is the obvious part. Again, another big part of the voting poll says that they think RNG is too much. Some people say they don't want choice, but maybe get more mats or maybe drop the costs. So, and then we have a minority that says they like the RNG and they want nothing to be changed. And then 4% said they just didn't bother and they quit the game. They stopped playing anyway. Now, I am going to make a counter argument. My sample size, a total number of voters, is small, obviously. Yeah. So, I do have a counter argument for that counter argument, which will say that the people who have voted, the people who took that, by the way, thank you so much for voting and commenting. I really appreciate your effort. I really thank you so much. The people who have voted or commented are the people who are making research about this game. They are on YouTube. They are looking at videos. They are looking at this poll, and they are an informed public. They are informed group, okay? So they are not completely uninformed. So while my sample size is small, I am going to counter argue and say, well, the sample consists of informed people, okay? So basically what I'm saying is quality over quantity. Anyway, these people have said that they have stopped playing. Now, imagine that 4% is extremely crucial for me because they said they didn't bother. They just stopped playing anyway. Like, that's really bad, okay? You need to change the system. You really need to change the system. And here is my suggestion. Actually, I have 2 suggestions. Number 1, give us a choice. Increase the cost of the materials, but let us choose what we want to crit on, okay? Now, a lot of people are going to say, not a lot of, minority is going to say, well, this is an ARPG, not everyone will have powerful gear. Yes, Captain, we know. But in order to come to this masterworking phase, We went through finding a huge GG great graphics gear. We went through tempering. Now we are trying to masterwork our gear. Okay? Meaningful journey. Meaningful journey, yes. So, in order for this to actually be a meaningful journey, give us the choice. Increase the cost. Since you love player retention so much, increase the cost, but give us the choice. The second solution I'm offering is tier resetting. Instead of making a complete reset from rank 12, rank 0, let us reset tiers, which means when I'm level 4, when I crit on the Masterworking at level 4 by using Opticide, so I'm gonna start, of course, investing in level 5, level 6, 7 and 8. At level 8, okay, I also get it. I got the double crit, it's yellow now. So now on the next tier, of course, 9, 10, 11 and 12. If I don't get it at 12, let's say, don't let me reset back to 0. Let me reset from 12 to 9 so I can just farm Neat Iron and then try to get the crit that way. Does it make sense? Tier reset. Basically, you can reset 0, 4, 4, 8 and 8, 12. So if you're happy with 4, if you're happy with 8, then, and if you're not happy with 12, then you can reset 12 back to 8 or 9 and then just work your way up again. Still a lot of RNG, but whatever. So these are two different solutions. But let me tell you something. The cost, okay? There is a Reddit post, well written. The cost of actually triple critting on an affix you want is 12.5k Opticide, okay? This is theoretical, by the way. 6.5k Ingolith and 2.75k Neat Iron. So 12,500 Opticide, 6,500 Ingolith and 2,750 Neat Iron. Okay? That means you have to farm all that math. By the way, if you farm all of this, you have like the chances of you triple critting is 1 out of 125, 1 out of 125. If I do the math in my head, it's 0.8% chance. So I'm sorry if I'm wrong, I shouldn't be. Yes, you have 0.8% chance to triple crit on an affix you want on one single piece of gear. And we all know, including myself, in the build planners you have, oh hey, triple crit on the chest, triple crit on the boots, triple crit on the offhand, triple crit on this, triple crit on that. Like, okay, triple crit on everything, I guess. Like, is this meaningful? Like, do you seriously think players are going to just do this? Again, it prevents build diversity, because let's say I am playing Bone Spirit. Okay, I want +7 Macabre on my chest, which means triple critting. I did get it, by the way, on PTR. I'm gonna play the clip as well. Okay, so I got the chest. Then I wanna play Golem, let's say. And I wanna push high with it. Right now, I have to have +7 Golem Mastery on my chest. Okay. I have to farm all those mats again, I guess. Then I have to go play Casino 4, gamble. Like, do you see what I mean? Like, it actually prevents you from playing different builds. And I agree that a player should invest time and effort into the game to become powerful. Right now, this system is not supporting that. This system is just dumb luck. It wants you to stay in the game for heightening the player retention time, because Blizzard wants to show their shareholders that customers, not players, the customers, who are players, but customers, spend a lot of time in game, okay? It's good for the shareholders when they look at those papers and say, oh, well, we have high player retention. Okay, that's good. The product is doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's keeping them occupied. It's retaining them. That's not how you do this, Chief. That's not how you do this. You do this not by the tears of blood grind way, okay? You do this by implementing something in between. You have the math in front of you. By the way, spoiler alert, it takes a lot more maths than this one. Theoretically, I know because I grinded for it. I farmed for that +7 golem mastery on my chest. Took me like, I don't know, 50k Opticide, like 25k Ingolith, and like triple everything I said, okay? Triple everything I said, maybe quadruple everything I said. Like, it's dumb luck, okay? Some people will get it very fast. Some people will have to farm for all eternity and not get it. And those people are gonna be extremely unpleasant. By the way, just because you were lucky this season with the triple crit affixes on whatever on Masterworking, does not mean you're gonna be lucky in the future seasons. Yeah? So even if you're defending this, this is an ARPG, this is how it's supposed to be, I kindly disagree, because the best ARPG game of all times is Diablo 2, by far. It doesn't have these systems. Doesn't have these systems. It still has RNG. You still need to drop the item and whatnot and blah blah. But it doesn't have all of this meaningful journey crap, okay? So if you're gonna try to build on top of it, make it meaningful. Make it actually meaningful. When I find a great graphics item, I want to be excited, not nervous. I want to be excited. I want to be, oh, this is my moment. I actually got triple GA. Hell yeah. Like, okay, now I can go temper. Oh shit, my tempering did not land. Okay, I have to wait 1 week. The bricking is still there. The bricking is still there in tempering. The item is bricked for 1 week, not permanently. Okay? That is still unpleasant experience. But then, hey Chief, I'm giving you some advice. You retain the player. Next week the player will come back instead of quitting the game. So you can show your shareholders that they're actually coming back into the game, okay? Yeah? So make it 1 week cooldown or some stupid maths. I don't care. Then Masterworking. Okay. Chief, a lot of players are quitting. Yeah? Because they don't want to just spend their 3 days farmed pit materials in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then exhaust everything and just look, and then they just leave. They just stop playing because they CBA anymore. Instead, give us the choice node. Increase the value, increase the cost by 10x. I don't care. If I know I'm gonna get that Masterworking crit on the affix I want, I will farm it. A lot of people will farm it as well. They will, because they know they're gonna get it. Right now, they don't know if they're gonna get it. That's disgusting. That's too much RNG. I don't like it. Okay? Hopefully I don't come across too aggressive or impolite. If I do, I apologize. I'm just trying to speak from the heart. Did I miss anything? We talked about tier resets. We talked about the choice. RNG is too much. Yes, I said this. I also said the Reddit's post, the cost, the chance. 1 out of 125, 0.8%. Okay. Now, Blizzard themselves, okay? So I'm gonna make some counter arguments to people who say, oh, well, this is an ARPG, it is what it is. ARPG does not mean casino. We talked about this. Also, Blizzard themselves said they want less RNG in this game. They want players to have control over the outcomes. A classic example to this is the Uber drops. At Season 0, it was impossible to drop an Uber item. I mean, someone dropped it, I think. And then that account got sold for $40,000 US dollars. And then, of course, both players or both accounts got banned. Now they have Sparks. Now we have Torment Duriel or whatever. You can target farm them. So yeah, that's good. So that RNG festival has been brought down. Now there's a mercy system. And it's actually good. People are happy with it. You can do the same. You can use the same philosophy, approach to tempers and masterworking. Temper, okay, item is bricked, wait 1 week. Or farm this amount of materials, save the rerolls again. As long as you have these materials, you can reroll the gear. Masterworking again. When I go to my bed, I want to sleep excited. I want to wake up excited. I want to say, oh well, I'm going to farm this amount, then I will have this upgrade. Again, Blizzard, you have the numbers, okay? Potentially, mathematically, theoretically, 12,500 Opticite, 6,500 Ingolith, and 2,750 Neat Iron is supposed to give you triple crit on the item you want. It didn't for me. It took way longer. I still got it regardless. But for a normal player, not even casual, semi-casual player, that's unacceptable. They're gonna get bored. They're gonna quit the game. They are quitting the game. I mean, interest in the game has whatever. I don't wanna talk bad. Diminish the RNG, bring more player agency, basically. So that's my counter argument against players who say this is an ARPG. It is what it is. Balance changes. This is an endgame systems feedback. Class balance is a big problem, and when you're doing the class balance, I do not think you are utilizing healthy data. One big example is the Golem Necromancer in Season 4 was heavily benefiting from the Holy Bolt Elixir. I was one of the first people to come front with this issue, released a video, talked about this. Then you decide to nerf or fix Holy Bolt, but then in your Season 5 balance change notes, you are nerfing the Necromancer to the ground. Like, okay, Bone Spirit is somewhat functional. I mean, compared to other classes, it's also not super powerful, but let's say it's powerful. Okay, but let me tell you something, Blizzard. In Season 4 PTR, Ebon Piercer was broken. Macro Bio Boy, Operator Otter, some other content creators. If I forgot your name, I'm really sorry. I'm just trying to make this video short and brief. If I forgot to credit you or reference you, please accept my apologies. They have discovered this. They have played around with this. I also played with Ebon Piercer Blight setup. It was super strong because the quadruple Blight projectiles, they each had their own individual lucky hits. Then you combine this with Elemental Surge and then you would just explode. We let you know about this, Blizzard. We actually conveyed the information to you. Then what did you do? Ebon Piercer and Elemental Surge was here. Hit 200 was here. Okay? Well, you fucked the Ebon Piercer, Elemental Surge, and then you buffed the Pith to high heavens. Now it's like this. Just because something is very powerful doesn't mean that you have to nerf it to the ground. When you're doing your balance changes, be more merciful, be more thoughtful. Understand that there's a class fantasy and build fantasy players are actually trying to achieve, and respect that, please. For the Golem Necromancer, you have single-handedly destroyed the Holy Bolt, and I said this in my video to many people: if Holy Bolt Elixir is gone, the build is going to struggle, and it did struggle. You have to buff the Summon Necromancer. Okay, you nerfed the Shadow Blight aspect. Great. Where are the buffs? Like Blizzard, like literally, where are the buffs? I really want to know. Barbarians are always super strong since Season 1. Okay, I'm not gonna cry about it. I mean, my hat's off to those. But come on, if you're trying to centralize everything around the barbarian, that's not gonna happen. Each class should have its own power fantasy. Okay? What is the power fantasy of a necromancer? Okay, Sork is super good on teleporting. Yes. They have mobility, they have damage. They're some sort of a glass cannon, I would say. Barbarian, super high mobility, extremely tanky, huge damage, bruiser type of damage. Okay, a druid, I mean, sometimes extremely powerful. Shred on Abattoir of Zir was actually big blaster. And then at other times, you have 17 damage. Alright. Rogue, always a blaster. Then you have Necromancer. What is the power of the Necromancer? What does the Necromancer bring to the table? Corpse Tendrils. Okay, Barbarian has Steel Grasp, which is actually better in some cases. Mobility. Necro is the slowest class. Survivability. Necro is the squishiest class. Damage. I mean, Bone Spirit is good and all, but come on. You have to consume corpses with Flesh Eater, then Bone Prison, then Curse, then Trove Spirit, then Prison again, then Spirit again. Like, then I have a Barbarian alt character, Bash. I just shout, left click. Everything dies. It has to be a more straightforward, yeah? So class balancing, I think you need to talk to certain players from each class. This could be content creators, this could be players who are at the top of the leaderboard, basically players who know what they're doing. You could be in touch with them, you could ask them for feedback, take that feedback, then apply your class balancing this way. We have a great community in Diablo 4. We have a lot of great content creators. They know what they're talking about. They actually spend a lot of time in this game. Maybe collaborate with them somehow. You don't have to give them any extra information. Ask them, hey, how does this build feel to you? What is this going to do? Why is this not working? Okay? I want to talk about the PTR experience as well. Season 5 PTR has been the worst PTR experience in my entire life. I used to be a tournament player in World of Warcraft Arena World Championship. We spent a lot of time in tournament realms, PTRs, tournament servers even. And since you're trying to copy some parts in World of Warcraft, I have a piece of advice. In the PTR, you should have PTR vendors. Okay? These PTR vendors should sell the new unique items, so people can go use that vendor, pay 1 gold, get the unique that they want to get, and then put it into gameplay. That way, the people will be able to test the uniques without trying to farm them. Guys, I'm talking about Crown of Lucio, okay? In Season 5 PTR, I have tried to find it, I didn't. So I couldn't test it. I know, thanks to Serok and some other Necromancer content creators, MacroBioBoy as well, I know that they have received it. I watched their videos, liked it, of course. And thanks to them, I know how it works. Thanks to those people, I have an idea what I can do with it. I personally didn't get it in the game. And I did play the game for 12 hours a day, 10 to 12 hours a day. So maybe next time in your public test realms, vendors, put PTR vendors, sell the gear. People should pay 1 gold, get Tyrael Smite, get Grandfather, get Shaco, whatever item they want, give it to them. There should be a legendary vendor. There should be an uber unique, mythic unique vendor, and then there should be classic, regular unique vendor, which should have all the uniques. Do this. Please. Let people play the game. Let people test the game. It's 1 week of PTR. And next time, when you create a character in the PTR, For God's sake, give it 100,000 Opticite, Ingolith, Neath Iron so we can masterwork and play around with it. Since extreme RNG is still in play, you're not giving the pit materials to people. Let it have them, like let them have it. We need those materials so we can play around with the gear and then find out what is working and what is not working. Like these things have to be done by itself, Blizzard. You need to improve your game. Like really you need to step up. I'm sorry if I sound a bit aggressive. Again, I'm trying to speak from my heart, but at the same time I'm trying to keep my manners in place. Anyway, hopefully things will go better. There will be some changes coming in for Season 5. I want to talk about one more thing. I have believed them and wrote a forum post in the PTR feedback section. No one cared about it. A lot of the things I have said in this video have been written in that forum post as the Season 4 PTR feedback. Okay? That was Season 4 PTR feedback. No one cared about it. So now I'm gonna make videos about my feedbacks because it goes to a broader audience and they do actually care about it. I'm gonna link the forum post no one cared about in the pinned comment so you can read it and have a laugh at it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for being patient with my rant. Hopefully I did not offend or annoy anyone. If I did, I'm truly sorry. Again, the jokes were for entertainment purposes only. I respect Blizzard, the work they do, and I respect the player base, and I respect all of your opinions, even if we disagree on something. It's a free world. I wish you all the best. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.